Breaking news! The moment you've been waiting for is almost here. In just a few days, millions of Canadians will see their bank accounts light up with May 2025 payments from the Canada Pension Plan, Old Age Security, and Ontario Disability Support Program. But here's the twist. Not everyone will get what they're expecting. Some of you could be missing out on thousands of dollars you're entitled to. And there's a shocking government update that could change everything. This isn't just about a deposit, it's about your financial security. Stay informed about your benefits. Subscribe and turn on notifications because you've worked hard your whole life. You've poured your energy into jobs, raising families, building communities. Now it's time for that work to pay you back. Let's talk CPP, the Canada Pension Plan. It's designed to replace part of your income when you retire, and for May 2025, those payments are set to hit bank accounts on May 28th. But who qualifies? If you're at least 60 years old and have made even one contribution to CPP through your work, you're eligible. But how much you get depends on three big things: how much you contributed, how long you contributed, and when you choose to start collecting. For 2025, the maximum monthly payment at age 65 is $1,364.60. That's over $16,000 a year if you're at the max. But here's the reality check. The average payment is closer to $815 a month. Why the gap? It all comes down to your earnings, your contribution years, and your start age. Imagine checking your bank account and seeing $1,364.60. It's a lifeline, a reward for decades of hard work. But what if you see $600 or nothing at all? Something's not adding up, and we're going to figure out why. Now let's shift to Old Age Security, or OAS, a monthly payment like a warm hug from the government for Canadians 65 and older. Unlike CPP, you don't need to have paid into a plan. If you're 65 or older and you've lived in Canada for at least 10 years since turning 18, you're likely eligible. In many cases, Service Canada will automatically enroll you, and you'll get a letter confirming it. But if you haven't heard from them, don't panic. You can still apply manually. For May 2025, OAS payments are also scheduled for May 28th alongside CPP. The maximum OAS is around $713 a month. Though if you're over 75, you could get an extra 10% boost, putting you closer to $800 a month. That money can cover groceries, heating, or even a treat for your grandkids. But here's where it gets tricky. Some of you could be getting less because of a little-known rule called the OAS clawback. It's officially called the OAS recovery tax, and if your income is too high, you start losing 15 cents of OAS for every dollar above $90,997. If your income hits $141,917 or more, you could lose it entirely. Imagine expecting $713 and getting $400 or nothing. But don't worry, there are ways to plan around this. Deferring RRSP withdrawals or splitting income with a spouse can help keep you under the threshold. And here's the update. The government is reviewing clawback thresholds for inflation, which could mean higher limits and more money in your pocket. But will it happen in time for May's payment? That's the question. And then there's the Ontario Disability Support Program, ODSP, a lifeline for Ontarians living with disabilities. Maybe you face daily challenges or care for someone who does. ODSP helps cover living expenses like rent, food, health costs, plus offers employment support. To qualify, you need to be 19 or older, live in Ontario, and meet the definition of a person with a disability. A substantial physical or mental impairment that's expected to last at least a year and significantly limits your ability to work, care for yourself, or participate in community life. If eligible, you could receive up to $1,368 a month for basic needs and shelter if you're single, over $16,000 a year to help you live with dignity. ODSP payments for May 2025 are scheduled for May 30th, the last business day of the month. But here's the catch. ODSP isn't just handed out. You need to prove your eligibility, and the process can feel like a maze. And here's the tension. ODSP payments can be reduced if you receive other income like CPP or OAS. For example, CPP reduces ODSP dollar for dollar, so if you're getting $800 from CPP, your ODSP could drop by $800. That's a hard pill to swallow. And now, a new government proposal is floating around that could change how ODSP calculates income exemptions. Could it mean more money or less? These payments, CPP, OAS, ODSP, aren't just numbers on a screen. They're your security, your peace of mind, your way to live without fearing the next bill. Every dollar counts. You've earned these benefits through years of work, sacrifice, and resilience. But the system isn't perfect. There are traps, loopholes, and changes that can catch you off guard. That's why we're breaking it all down, because your financial future is at stake. And there's a bombshell government update coming that could change everything. Let's keep going. When it comes to CPP, how do you know if you're getting the right amount? First, check your My Service Canada account. It shows your estimated payments and contribution history. If you don't have an account, set one up. It's free and only takes minutes. Your CPP depends on 3 things: when you start collecting, how much you contributed, and your average earnings over your working life. Start at 60, and your payment drops 0.6% for every month before 65, a 36% cut if you start at 60. But wait until 70, and you get a 42% boost. Imagine qualifying for the maximum 1,364 60s at 65. That's life-changing. But if you're only getting $500, you might wonder, what went wrong? Maybe you didn't contribute long enough. Maybe your earnings were lower. Or maybe, and here's the juicy part, there's an error in your record. Errors happen, and they can cost you thousands. And here's the suspense. The government has just announced a new audit process for CPP contributions. It could uncover mistakes that boost your payment or reduce it. Are you ready to check your account and fight for what's yours? And back to OAS, the clawback I mentioned earlier. It's real. Check your net income, plan ahead, and watch closely as the government reviews those thresholds. Will they raise them enough? And will it happen before May's payment? Seniors are watching anxiously. Don't let the clawback steal what's yours. For ODSP, the application process can feel like a marathon. You start online or through your local office. You'll need to pass a financial test, then complete a disability determination package with your doctor or nurse practitioner showing how your disability limits you. If approved, you get up to $1,368 a month. But watch out! CPP and OAS reduce ODSP dollar for dollar. And now a new proposal might change how income exemptions work. Will it mean more in your pocket or less? Stay tuned. These payments are your lifeline. Don't miss the updates that could shape your future. Subscribe and turn on notifications because this story isn't over yet.